Let's go to David Caravello and then to Monty Dutton. And then right here first, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Chris Johnson, NASCAR Illustrated. Dale, there's been some problems on pit road the last few weeks, and the 48 team in the past has shown the ability to make changes on the fly, particularly in the chase, and have it work out in their favor. Just wanted to get your thoughts on whether that's been talked about on your team. And the second part of the question, this track of the 5 that are left, does this represent your best chance to win, even though it is a crapshoot?
I don't discuss, I don't really discuss the particulars and the personnel on our team with my crew chief. I don't have those discussions. If he needs to tell me something and wants to tell me something and he feels like he can, I need to know, he'll tell me. But as far as I know, everything's going to stay the way it's been. I'm real happy with the way things are, and I never insinuated we needed to make any changes, and you have loose wheels. We've had 2 this year, and it hadn't been the same guy. So I mean, it's just I've had loose wheels before, and it's just part of racing. You hope it doesn't happen. We're humans out there trying to do this, and you're going to make mistakes. So I think everything's fine there. We'll just, those guys, you learn from those mistakes and you move forward, and I think you become better at it, So I expect those guys to rebound pretty quickly. I come to Talladega feeling confident that I'm good at plate racing and know the draft really well and know how to find speed and work the draft really well. But it's pretty much a crapshoot, especially with the tandem racing. If we have a lot of that going on, it's really, your odds of winning go way down. And, because you're not in control of your own destiny, and that's what racing should be about. And that's what you should be worried about what you need to do to get up there and be leading the race. And in tandem racing, you really don't have that kind of freedom. Your hands are kind of tied behind your back with what you have to. What you have to focus on is not, your own goal. It's kind of the goal of the 2 of you. So it changes things quite a bit. But I like coming here and I like racing here. So I think that lends to having success when you have good attitude and a good outlook on the racetrack itself. But really, I hope we can run well and win any of these races. I think we are good enough to do that. I'm looking forward to all of them.
I'm told we got time for 2 more questions. He's got to get out to the car. David and then Monty.
David Caravello, NASCAR.com. Dale, you're popular everywhere, but when you come here, it feels like you grew up in East Teboga sometimes. Can you put your finger on why you're so embraced in this part of the world?
I just think because of the success my father had here. He did a lot of things in the sport that sort of paved the road for me, and when I was able to come in here and win some races, that just really solidified, my position in the Earnhardt family's legacy at this racetrack. So, and I've said it throughout my career. I mean, I know deep down inside that I owe a great debt and a lot of credit to him for where I am and who I am in the sport and how I'm perceived and the path that I've been given and what I've done with it and what I've accomplished with it. So, but I think that he was a legend here and won a lot of races and was very good at plate racing and was really easy to cheer for when you'd come here, no matter who you were a fan of. It was fun to watch him race and he always done a lot of great things, a lot of fun things for a fan as far as watching a race here. So, and when I was able to come here and have some success, I think it just kind of, sealed the deal for all them Earnhardt fans out there.
He should be a quick one. He's got to go. Monty, go ahead.
Yeah, Monty Doug Gaston Gazette. A lot of times we ask people questions, and they give us an answer, and we don't pass judgment on the fact that we don't know what in the hell that's for. So I'm going to ask you, This now prohibited practice. Why is it an advantage to smear lubricant all over the back bumper of a car in the draft here?
It's really a good question. They've been, you put that, we call it helicopter tape, on the front of the car to sort of protect the car from being sandblasted during practice. It just keeps the nose looking clean. But it's kind of a, if you've ever had handled helicopter tape, it's sort of a rubbery, type of substance. And what a lot of drivers and teams ended up doing was putting it on the back of the car as well at Talladega and Daytona, just to keep the back of the car from being torn up during practice. It was easier on the teams to just tear that helicopter tape off and replace it with. And if you didn't have it on there, you could get your car scratched up pretty bad before the race. And it was just kind of a pride thing, or how much, just a character thing, if you like to keep your car looking good. But when you put those two surfaces together, especially with that kind of force when you're out there drafting, it was really, really easy to spin somebody out with just the smallest little move of the steering wheel. It would really, the cars are kind of Velcroed together with those two materials. And what people started to find out was that over the last several trips at Daytona and Talladega, we started taking the helicopter tape off the front and the back of the cars and just saying to hell with it and letting them get beat up during practice and not worrying about it too much. And that was okay for a while. And then we started using baby powder and lubricants and all kinds of stuff to sort of make that surface less grippy, car to car, nose to nose, sort of allow the cars to sort of slide across the back of each other, so that when you went off into the turn one at Daytona, you didn't turn somebody sideways accidentally. Because you can never really tell. As a driver, even when you're drafting at Daytona, Talladega, and you're pushing somebody, you don't have a real good idea of what happens and what it takes to turn somebody sideways. But you see it a lot. You see us spin each other out just out of nowhere. And you'll push for 10 laps and then go into the corner the same as you had the last 10 laps, and you'll spin the leader out somehow. And it tended mostly to be because of that helicopter tape and that wrap that they put on the front of the car, that clear wrap that they put on the front of the car to protect it from being sandblasted and beat up, that would actually grip the nose of the car, or grip the bumper of the car ahead of it and spin it out. And so we just started slicking up, doing whatever we could, putting pan spray or anything else we could get to make that surface slicker, and it was a whole lot safer.
So now, take it off so there's no record?
I don't know why they took that away, because that was a safety. We put that on there for safety. That was there's no speed, or it was just merely because it made it a lot more comfortable for the drivers to be able to push each other around the track.
Dale, thank you so much. Good luck this weekend. Appreciate it.